right, man. It is 7:46 p.m. My coaches said that they're taking this trade. I'm going to get in too. You ain't finna leave me behind. Market looking pretty good. Yep. I see the market potentially going up that way too. So, hey, we finna get in where we fit in, baby. So let's place this trade now. We in there, baby. Give me some gains. Give me some money.
2 hours later.
Oh, man. Oh, man, it's 2 hours later. Dang, we still in this trade, man. We just gonna stay in this trade, though. I ain't getting out. I'm gonna go back to sleep.
6.5 hours later.
And it's 6 hours later. Man, we still in this trade, man. Dang. Hey, man, I'm risking $180 for this trade. We just might as well stay in it, man. What else am I gonna do? Nothing. I'm just staying in the trade. I'm finna go right back to sleep.
8 hours later.
It's early in the morning now. I wonder what time it is. Lord have mercy, we have been in this trade for 8 hours. Man, are you ever going to do anything? What are you going to do? I ain't got no choice. I done been in it 8 hours now. I might as well just stay in it. I'm going to bed. I'm tired. You're just going to have to move whenever you want to move. I'm going to sleep. Do whatever you want to do. I'm tired.
1 eternity later.
Where's the market now? Did you do anything? Well, we've got movement. Finally, the market has moved. It's about time that you did something. I'm getting old over here. This is the longest trade I've ever been in. Finally. You see, I'm getting old over here. By the time you get done, I'm going to have gray hairs too. After 11 hours of trading and me getting old waiting on you, I'm finna finally close this trade. Lord have mercy. Let's close this trade now. It's been 11 hours. It's been 11 hours of trading. That's the longest trade I ever took in my life. Lord have mercy. Jesus Christ, died across on the cross of my sin. Lord have mercy. We're finna close now. Jesus Christ of Nazareth, that died on the cross of my sins. That was the longest trade. Jesus. We've made $300. $300. 11 hours later, $300. That was a long trade. You see how old I look now? That was the longest trade I've ever been in. Man, I'm finna go back to sleep now. I'm good. I done made my profit. Oh my gosh, y'all, boy. What a wild week of trading, man. So I took 3 trades, guys. Tuesday, I took a trade and I made I think like $200 something. No, I'm sorry. It was $195 or something like that. That was Tuesday. Then Wednesday night going into Thursday, I took that 11-hour trade. I have never in my life been in a trade that long, man. When I say that was a long trade, y'all, I say, you know what? It's a combine. Whether it was a combine or funded or not, I was like, you know what? It's either going to have to hit my TP or it's either going to have to stop me out. So I took that trade, guys, Wednesday going into Thursday night. I took that trade at 7:46 at night, and I ended up closing like at 6:50 that morning, the Thursday morning. Talk about like, man, constantly. Well, after I went to sleep, I'm like, man, it's just gonna do whatever it's gonna do. It was up and then came and hit like almost halfway to my stop loss. And then I thought it was going to stop me out, to be honest. But then after it went about halfway to my stop loss, and my stop loss was here, but it went here. And then it just took back off to the moon, man. There was a trade that my coaches had called. We kind of predicted that the market was going to go up there, but didn't know whether it was going to come down and didn't go up. You know what I'm saying? But I ended up staying in that trade. I was like, you just gonna have to do what you do. I'm gonna stay in the trade. And I woke up that morning and I was up like $180. I woke up like at 4:40 in the morning, and it was up like 150, 180 bucks. And then I got to work about 5:30, 6 o'clock, and then the market started shooting up. The market started taking off finally. And then I said, you know what? I don't know if it's gonna get past this zone, so I'm officially gonna move my stop loss to $300. And once it hit the zone, it ended up stopping me out. I was like 11 hours of holding that trade, and the max it went up was $400 and something. I said, boy, that's a long trade, man. But hey, I made profit. I can't complain. I held that trade, and I said I wasn't gonna do nothing, and I stuck to my word, man. Today's trade. Today is Friday. I took a trade today. The market was bouncing back and forth, guys. I'm like, oh my gosh, man. I had been in that trade for almost about an hour or two. And then I finally just decided to move my stop loss to break even. The market, I thought it was going to go down to a point. And I'm getting ready to show you screenshots of this stuff, or show you, I'm getting ready to show you the screenshots. So I'm just going to show you, I'm going to draw up everything and show you the trades that I took. But the market, I thought, was going to keep continuing down today on gold. It seemed like it was getting ready to hit a spot that I wanted to, but then it eventually didn't. It took back off and then came all the way back down to the spot at the end of the trading day. It almost hit my spot, which is crazy. But once it got to like $150, I put my stop loss back at break even, because it was like it went down, then went up, it made that up, then it went back down, and then went up. It was like every move it was making, it was like making it up. It really wasn't no clear indication where it was really gonna go, man. Today's break even trade was like at $8, so we're up for the week, man. So let me show you guys the trades that I took and how crazy this was, man. Alright, y'all, man. So I think it's best if I show you guys my trades on my phone instead of holding the camera up to it, man. So that way I could really go in depth in what my mindset was and what I was thinking when I took these trades. So as you guys can see on a 4-hour time frame, we're going to go to the daily. So the market, this whole area right here, guys, this whole big old area right here, I'm gonna move this somewhere. Yeah, that's fine. So the market has been ranging in this little box, the top blue line and the bottom blue line. The market has been ranging in that area, so I'm gonna delete that. So if we go down to the 4-hour time frame, my first trade that I took this week was on Tuesday. So my coaches normally tell me that Tuesdays the market really doesn't move that much, and they are still correct. I was just wanting to, I thought it was a good setup because we see a lot of rejections, and I thought the market would continue down, but apparently it didn't. I thought the market would like continue down here. I knew that I was only gonna get a short trade, if you want to call it that way. I knew that my take profit was down here, so I wasn't expecting like no huge profit like all the way down here in this area. Like I knew it wasn't gonna do that, because I'm starting to notice that Mondays there could possibly be a lot of volatility. Tuesday it's like collecting orders and consolidation, and Wednesday it might start making moves. Thursday it make moves, and Friday is kind of tricky. It may make moves and it may not. But I know on this Tuesday that I took this trade, I knew I was only aiming for 1 to 2. I was only aiming for $360, but I ended up coming out with a $200 trade. I closed the trade out, and the taxes and stuff, it came out to like $190, $195, $191 or something like that. So I really made like $191 or $195 or something like that, man. But yeah, man. So going into this week, I was at break even. I was like at $50,009. So it's only up from here, man. I started this topstep account, of course, $50K, and I ended up getting the account to $50,500. Well, I ended up getting the account like 49,000. I ended up getting the account. I ended up losing some trades, and I got the account all the way down to 49,500. So I was down $1,000. So I just was like, I gotta tap in. I gotta lock in, man. I'm gonna try to find some good trades that fit for me. I'm gonna try the new strategy, and I'm also gonna look for supply and demand setups. So I ended up getting the account last week back to break even last Friday. So I was like, okay, we're going into this new week. So this Tuesday is when I saw this trade. I was only aiming to get my feet wet, you know what I'm saying? I was only looking for this $360 trade just to get my feet wet, just to get back into the markets. I knew I wasn't gonna grab much out of this, so that's why I was like, you know, I know it's not gonna be short term, because the market, if you look at it, tell yourself, what is the market doing? Once they hit this area down here, the market became bullish. That was in January. Actually, that's in December, the end of December and going into January, the new year. So right here in this box, man, is where, you know what I'm saying, the beginning of the new year. And then look, December 16th, where we at? December 16th, all the way, the market was right here at about December 12th. And then look what the market has been doing. So we are clearly in an uptrend. With the whole mindset of the market, my whole mindset for the market is to go up here and touch this right here. Okay, we're not gonna click on that. It's this white line right here, guys. This is a supply zone that I had drawn out some time back. As you can see, the trade go all the way back, like to mid November to now currently. So this was a supply zone that was that is strongly the market is strongly respecting this area. So I was aiming for the market to potentially go back up to this way. I'm just gonna try to catch trades all the way up to this supply area. So back to this trade. So when I opened up the market on Tuesday, this is what I saw. I saw earlier in the morning, what time was this? This was 6 a.m. This is 6 a.m. right here, guys. All this right here, where I drew this new box at. That's 6 a.m. I'm gonna get rid of this. So that yellow box is 6 a.m. So I had just been watching the market. I really was not looking for a trade. But after I saw this rejection, I saw, that's when I seen the market. And then I kept seeing all these rejections happen at the top, man. I was like, you know what? That's a strong indication that the market does want to potentially go down to this area and catch this liquid. I can't say liquidity zone because it sounds stupid when I say it, so we're just gonna call it liquid zone. But it seems like the market wants to potentially go grab this liquid zone that's down here, man. So that's why I ended up taking this trade, because I thought the market would potentially go down there and grab that and then take off. I'm just getting in where I fit in, man. Hey, it looked legit to me. I knew I wasn't gonna get that much, but I still took it, man. All right, so I told myself, I see all those rejections up here, man. All these rejections up here. I think I'm finna get in. So if the market decides to come to this blue line right here and it close under it, I'm going in, man, because the market kept respecting that top white line that's right here. It kept respecting that area, and it kept closing under the blue line right there. It kept respecting it, and it kept going down. So I clearly thought that the market would come grab this. So right when the market came to this area right here, guys, this is when I took the trade. I took this trade right here somewhere. So I had placed my little trade in, and I had set my phone and I closed it or whatever, man, and I opened it up, and I had went down to the 15-minute time frame. This is where I was like, nah, I'm finna get out of this, man. So right where you see where that yellow box is right where I got in at, because it closed right up under my blue line. So I noticed right here, guys, that the market just kept playing in this area right here, man. It seemed like it did not want to go down anymore to go grab that liquid zone that I was telling you guys about. I'm like, shoot, I might as well go ahead, close out with my little profit. So it was creating a flag right here, man. If I draw this out, it's a small little flag. It ain't too nothing serious. You know what I'm saying? It was hitting a major, if we go back to the 1 hour time frame, I should have known this, but I didn't catch that until like, I was like, oh shoot. So what do you see right here, guys? This white line right here, this is a demand zone. And look what's right here. There's a gap that has to be filled right here. Look at this gap. So I noticed that the market hit it and then wanted to take back up. The market hit it and then it wanted to take back up. The market hit it again and wanted to take back up. The market hit it again and it wanted to take back up. Why? Because if we go to the 15-minute time frame, the market is doing exactly what I was saying it was doing, man. All right here was like 3 or 4 touches right here. I'm like, why does the market keep stopping right here? Why don't it just go to this daggone zone that I wanted to, man? And the reason why, guys, the market did not come all the way down to this liquid zone like I wanted to, that way I could grab my $360, is because if we go to the 15-minute time frame again, the market is hitting a demand zone. Oh, I go to the 1 hour. The market is hitting that 1 hour demand zone, man. That is exactly why the market did not continue down. I thought it was going to grab it, but it didn't. Now, if we go to the 15-minute time frame, so the market kept hitting that. I said, that thing seems like it just don't want to go down. It seemed like it just do not want to come down to this line and grab me my little extra money. I said, you know what? I'm finna close it out. And I closed it out at like $191 or $195. And as you guys can see, the market just kept going up. It did not ever come back down to that spot like I wanted. So I'm glad I closed out. So after Tuesday's trade, we were at $200. This is the 11-hour trade. Oh my gosh, y'all, boy. This trade was ridiculous, man. Man, I said, good Lord, man, this trade is taking forever. So the market, as you guys can see, let's go to the 4 hour. What the 4 hour looking like? No, I was looking at the 4 and the 1 hour. But the trade that you see right now is what took so long. I started this trade, I said about 7 something. I started this trade, we're gonna go all the way. We're gonna scan all the way in, man. Yep, we're gonna do this right here. So it's somewhere in here, man. It is somewhere in this area where I took this trade at. So as you guys can see, man, I let this trade just play out overnight, man. I ended up closing this trade somewhere in this area. I ended up closing the trade because it came and stopped me out right here. So from this yellow box right here all the way to this yellow box is how long I was in that trade, man. I was in this trade for 11 hours. If we look on my topstep thing, I'm gonna go back to my topstep account. It shows up in military time. So it says that I started the trade at 1846. That's 6:46 this time, but I'm an hour ahead of this time. So I took this trade at 7:46 at nighttime, and it shows that I closed out at 5:50 on here. That means 6:50 my time. So that's 11 hours. That's almost 12 hours that I was in this trade, man. And I ended up closing this trade out at $306. So we are now up $500 by Thursday morning. I have never, ever in my life been in a trade that long, y'all. Man, the patience that I have now for taking trades is crazy. It's like, I just want to find the right setups. I'm tired of like doing these quick, fast, leave it in the past trades, and then, you know what I'm saying? Where if I could have just wait for the bigger move, you know what I'm saying, then I could have made more money. Now, the market did exactly what I wanted to, but I got impatient, y'all. And then on top of that, I knew once it hit this spot right here, I'm going to erase all this right here. I'm going to erase that, and I'm going to erase that. We know that that's where I enter the trade and enter out. Now, I know once it hit this yellow box right here, I know that the market could potentially come down and grab more gaps and stuff. So I know once the market hit this area right here that I had drawn out, I know that the market wanted to potentially come grab gaps. So as you guys can see, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. The market did exactly what I wanted to, man. The market touched that top blue line, and then it came down to touch that bottom blue line, and then took back off to my TP. My TP was right here, guys. This is where my TP was. That could have been a $1,000 trade. But I was already in the trade for almost 11 hours. And then once it hit this, once the market hit this area right here, and then it started coming back down, I knew that potentially I could get stopped out. And I was like, I don't know if I want to stay in this trade or not. It might come, because at the time, I placed the trade, and then I kept waking up to check it out or whatever. And then I was like, I'm finna fall asleep, man. So I'm like, I just let the trade run, man. But I was impatient because I didn't know whether the market would come all the way back down, man. It's like, let me just close out in profit. I was in the trade for 11 hours. I should have just stayed in it and just trusted and let it take off to my TP. That would have been a $1,000 trade, but I ended up closing it because of this move right here. This move right here scared me. When I started seeing it touch that top blue line, and then started once it touched that top blue line and I started seeing it coming down, I'm like, no, I got to take some profits, man. But I should have stayed in, because look at the top up there. It ended up hitting my TP, man. It did everything like I wanted to. But that trade would have literally been almost 12 hours, 7, 8, 9, 10, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That would have been a 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It would have been, had I stayed in this trade like I wanted to, had I not took my profits right here and decided to leave the trade up here, had I just let it run to my TP, that would have been a 17-hour trade. I'm like, man, do I want to stay in it that long? I was like, no, I'm finna take my profits, man. I'm tired of watching this thing, man. I was getting impatient. But that would have been a crazy trade to be in for 17 hours, and I made $1,000. Like, that would have been pretty cool, but man, I just got impatient. I'm like, I'm out of here, man. So I made $300 on that trade Wednesday night going into Thursday morning. Should have stayed in it, but I didn't. But I'm okay with it. There'll be plenty of other opportunities to take trades and make profits and stuff. I just got tired of holding that trade, man. But the third trade that I took was today. Took one Tuesday, one Wednesday going into Thursday morning, and then today, which is Friday, I took this trade. I didn't know what the market was going to do, man. I'm like, man, this is a tough spot. So if we go down to the 4-hour time frame, what has happened every time we've touched this line? This was my thought process. This is the supply zone. So I had drawn out this blue trend line. If I do it like that, it'll show like that, but I don't want to do it like that. So let's actually get rid of that right now. So if we just look at this line right here, what has happened when it even get near it or it touch it? What happened? So right over here, we almost got near it. What ended up happening? it dropped. When we actually touched the supply zone, what ended up happening? Drop. So you know what I was thinking? Because I wasn't sure, and my coaches were saying, and my coach Connor made a great suggestion that the market could potentially want the market makers will want to make people think that it's going to sell off and then potentially take back up. I was like, okay, I'm going to try to take a move. I believe that the market makers is going to fake everybody out. It's going to sell a little bit. Now, what has happened? The market has sold off and touched this blue line down here. What happened the first time? It almost touched it, and then it consolidated down in the middle. It didn't quite come to the bottom, but it made a nice little sell-off if you look at it. And then once it touched it again, it sold off and touched this blue line down here. So I'm thinking that the market is potentially going to come about halfway, or it might touch the bottom. I don't know. But hey, we're just retail traders trying to get in and make a little money. So we really didn't know what the market was going to do, whether it was going to touch that supply zone and then come all the way down, or go halfway, or it's going to fake everybody out, come down a little bit, then take off. I was like, you know what? Previously, it has almost touched it. It either almost or touched that supply zone and then came down a little bit, or at least a little bit. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to get a sale down just for a small profit. So I was aiming hopefully for about, I don't know what this trade was. So now we have to delete all this. So let's go to the lower time frame. I took this trade on the 15-minute time frame. I was looking for about a 1 to 3 trade, which is about $500. I was looking for to be at $1,000 total for the end of the week. This trade right here, I was specifically looking for a $500 trade. So the trade that I took, now we was talking about what happened when it touches this supply zone up here. What did the market do? Sold off. So I was like, okay. Let me erase this. I gotta get rid of some of this stuff, guys. All right. So what ended up happening when the market touched this supply zone, it dropped off. So I was like, okay, let's try to catch a move down, man. Why don't we try to, you know what I'm saying? If we go on a 4-hour time frame, I was like, where can I possibly take a trade at and have a take profit? Well, if we look right here, guys, this was my mindset, man, when I saw this. Erase this, erase this, erase that, erase that, erase this. We're gonna start erasing a lot of stuff, man. Market is going past that. So my mindset was, if I take a sell, where can I aim at? What's this right here? This is right here. This is a demand zone, guys. I was like, man, I missed that. That would have been a good trade to take. But I didn't take it because, you know, it only broke a little bit of structure right here. The market went past this area just a little bit. But the market didn't like fully go past here right when that move happened. I was like, I don't know if the market want to continue going up because it didn't clearly pass market structure. If it passes it and then come back down, then that'll be a great demand setup. But as you guys can see, boy, that wick right there, it touched that 4-hour demand area, then took off to the moon, man. I said, you know what? I'm starting to see the same thing happen. Look, identically number 2 right here, guys. Now let's erase that. Now, look, it's the same thing that's happening. The very first one right here hit that 4-hour demand area and then took off. So I was thinking, hey, I see a second setup. So once it hit that top after it hit this top white line up here, the supply zone, I'm thinking that the market is going to try to touch. It almost did. If you look at it, let's erase it. Look, it almost, yeah, come on, move. Look, it's almost there, guys. It didn't quite hit this line like I wanted to. It almost did. I believe the market will come touch that. It's that close. I believe it's going to come grab that gap and then take off to the moon. Just like this first trade right here that I didn't take. So the trade that I ended up taking, let's go to the 15-minute time frame. I was like, I want to try to catch a sell down to that 4-hour demand. I was like, where can I get in at? So the trade that I saw right here, guys, was this 15 supply zone right here. 15-minute supply zone. And I had it like right there. And it was like right there. The market only hit a 1-to-1. I ended up getting in right where you see these rejections at. This is a supply and demand setup right here. Now, what made me take this trade is, what do we keep creating? Lower lows. Lower high, lower low. Lower high, lower low. That's exactly what kept happening all the way up. Hopefully, it'll come touch this line right here. That's what I was aiming for. That was my mindset. So I ended up taking that trade. I was like, it'll be nice if I could grab me like a little quick 1 to 2. That's all I was looking for. That is a $360 trade, knowing that it might potentially do the same thing that it did on the 4-hour time frame on this trade right here. I was thinking it was going to do the same thing. So this is my mindset and my psychology and what I'm thinking about, man, and what could take place. So I ended up getting into this trade. And right where you see that yellow box at, I put my trade in. And it played around for so long, man. As you guys can see, man, look at all these like ups and downs, man. Like this right here. Like that was frustrating to see. Then it went down and then came back up again. Then it went down again. And then it didn't even it went down again and it couldn't even get down here to this line, man. This daggone market had to come all the way back up here. So those first 3 boxes that you see, 1 right here, 2, and then 3 right down here in this area, y'all, I took my I didn't take no profit. I had set my trade to break even. After seeing all that, after you see it coming down and then going up and then coming down, it just kept not wanting to get past this area, man. And I'm like, man, I ain't finna fool with this. I don't know what it really want to do. It just would not go past down that area. And I was looking for the market to come down here to this white line where that 4-hour demand was at. I'm like, man, you can't go down there. Come on, go down there already, man. So right where this area is right here, I set my trade to break even. I said, nah, I'm not finna play with this. And as you guys can see, what it ended up doing. So I'm glad that I ended up setting my trade to break even, or else I would have lost $180. So I came out with a break even trade, man, and I'm glad I did. But look what the market ended up doing. It ended up coming all the way back down, almost to this area where I really wanted it to go. It just did not touch it yet. You went all the way up here, stopped me out, and then you came all the way back down and barely didn't even hit the 4-hour demand. I said, man, I'm not fooling with you no more. I'm done trading for the day. I'm good. I'm up $500 in my topstep account. Let's look at my topstep account right quick. Where am I at? It's kind of blurry, but it says $512. So I'm up $512 in my topstep account. These are the trades that I took today. These are the trades that I looked at. I only took one trade today. I took a trade Tuesday, took a trade Wednesday night going into Thursday, and then I also took a trade today, which is Friday. We are back up $500 in our Top Step account, man. When we were down 1,000, risk management has helped me with this account. This account has been hanging on, man. Normally I would have been bending blown this account, man, but proper risk management, risking $180 per trade, has caused me to put this account back to where I had it at initially. Make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe, make sure you click that notification bell for more videos and bangs. Corey Ratcliffe Trading got coming out, man. You guys be blessed. Hopefully you guys have a good weekend. Looking forward to next week to see what the markets is gonna do, man. When Trump won the election, the market went stupid crazy. The market was doing phew. So we just gonna wait to see when Trump get in office, man, what these markets gonna do, man. I'm just gonna try to get in where I fit in. We're gonna do what we gotta do, and we gonna get this money. You feel me? God can do exceedingly abundantly above all you can ever ask, think, or imagine. You know what I'm saying? Keep God by your side, man. I'm out of here. And y'all know what we do at the end of every video, man. It ain't nothing new. And 3, 2, 1. Y'all know what time it is. Guess what? Aha!